Welcome back to the channel, guys, and it's our first ever match preview. This is it. It's a moment we've all been building up to just before our first ever competitive league game. Bearford Rangers making a trip, our first ever away day, to Drinkwater Park to take on Bury Amateur U21s. The anticipation here at Average Bears HQ and across Bearford, I would imagine, is absolutely massive. It's not just another game, it's history in the making for the club. It's the very first one. That's not going to happen again. But let's dive into it. So it's our first competitive test, Bury Amateur Under-21s away from home. Now, what can we expect from an Under-21 side, especially at this level? My guess is they'll be energetic lads, eager to impress and make a name for themselves for the first team. They have actually played a game already in the league. It was a 0-0 draw with Didsbury Reserve, so they've had a run out. And we haven't. So will that factor in? Who knows? Big thing with these under-21 teams, especially down in these leagues, is it's unpredictable, and you don't know who they're going to field from week to week. Has someone been called up to the under-21s or called up from the 18s? You never know. So their form can be all over the place. So it's there's no real guide to go on for them, even if it wasn't the first or second game in their case of the season. And obviously for us, we got nothing either. So it's a complete step into the unknown for these sides. Obviously they've never faced each other before because we didn't exist. That's going to happen a lot this season. So we're really going to have to wait and see. From a fan's point of view, it is a tricky first fixture. It's away from home. It's against a youth team. It feels like a bit of a classic banana skin, to be honest. You would expect they're going to run all day. They're not going to have much fear. We're a new team full of trialists, lads that don't really know each other. But it's a fantastic opportunity for our lads and the gaffer to go out and lay down a marker from kick-off. Show the league and your own fans what Bearford Rangers are or is going to be all about. Now, for the Bears, the good news is clean bill of health from all those trialists and those players that are brought in. As far as we know, anyway, heading into this one, currently everyone is fit and available for selection, which is a good start because we don't have a huge squad yet. There's not many numbers. There are some positions where we're thin on the ground and you would expect new additions, but time's run out in terms of that first fixture, so we've got what we've got, but no injuries is a good start. Anyway, so who makes this first historic starting 11? Well, honestly, it's complete guesswork, isn't it? We haven't seen even a fixture that Martyn Lee's been in charge. It's his first job as manager, so I don't even know what formation he's going to play. Is he going to try and has he got an idea of a system straight away, or is he going to try and fit in around what he's got? We don't know, and we don't know the players ourselves yet, do we? Just know the positions that they played before. Can they play elsewhere? No idea. We're starting to get to know them after all that early transfer movement as well. So yeah, we've no idea. That's the theme of this video, but we're going to have a go anyway. So my predicted starting 11 for what it's worth is, I think Michael Donlan in goal. We have got two goalkeepers in the squad now, but I think that experience that he's brought in with Donlan, big lad, I think he's going to go for him. It's a bit of a coin flip, to be honest with you. I don't know anything about either of them. So Michael Donlan in goal. I'm going to go with Callum Orford, one of the trialists, at right back, and Tom Sloan, the new full back. I think he's going to play at left back because, as far as I know, we don't have a sort of recognised left back in the squad. And I wonder if he can play that. It could be the other way round, but I would imagine it will be those two at full back. Josh Sirachi, new vice captain. I think it's a shoe in at centre half. And Agatino Garadi, I think that's how you pronounce it. I think he'll be the other centre half. Again, I don't think we've got any more recognised centre halves after Cole's departure in the squad, so I think it's going to be those two. I'd bet it's going to be Sirachi, and I think it'll be Garadi to partner him there. I've gone for a 4-4-2, by the way, because I don't know where else to go. Jordan Turley, I think that's the most nailed on selection on the right hand side. It's just the only player where there's hype around the club, where there's people talking about him being sort of, by some distance, the best player. Now, obviously, we don't know if that's true, but he is the captain now as well, so he's the one to watch for me. The new partnership of Daniel Bannister and Tokia Russell, I think, will be the midfielders because, again, I don't think we have much in the way of midfielders in terms of central midfielders in the squad. So I think a sort of all-action performance from both of them. From what little I've heard, plenty of energy in there with those two. And then on the left, it could be a number. I'm going to go with Ben Blake in this one of the original trialists. The reason for that is, again, I think we've only got one striker in the squad. Quite thin on the ground down that spine, aren't we? Centre half, midfielder and striker. So I think Alfie Snow starts up top. and who partners him, I don't really know. I've gone for Lewis Inglis, even though I know he's a winger. I think from some of the chatter, I think one of the lads from the under-21s played a little bit in those warm-up games at centre forward, so perhaps we could see someone like that step up. And there are obviously, from the other videos you'll have seen, a couple of other wingers in the squad, so that's a bit of a guess. It's all a bit of a guess, isn't it? So we'll see. But clearly, I think when you actually try and write this down, you can see that we're thin in some areas, and we need some additions down the middle. But that's what we've got for this game. That's what we've got. So that's what I think it'll be. Wouldn't be surprised to see a few changes, but more than I thought, I think there's going to be some nailed-on players there just through lack of options, really. So who are the key players, the match winners in this one for me? I think you've got to go with Jordan Turley as he leads the side out as captain. As I said before, the hype around him seems to be that he's the best player at the club at this point, and has the real ability to be a match winner. So we've got to go for him, really. I think the Bearford fan base's eyes will be on him. So let's hope he can live up to it. So where's the game going to be won or lost from our perspective? Away from home against, you would assume, a sort of energetic under-21 side. It's all basics, really, but I think controlling the tempo of the game, especially in that midfield with the energy of Bannister and Russell. I'm making assumptions, but that's going to be important, as it is with most games, to be honest with you. But there's a bit more experience in there than you would expect the Bury Amateur under-21s to have. Defensively, we've got to be organised. It's our first ever game. You don't want to get off to a bad start with a silly mistake. I'm sure the lads are nervous, but we've got to keep it tight. And I think we've got to be clinical as well, because you just don't know how many chances you're going to get. And with a team that's still gelling, it might not be many. Fingers crossed. What are we hoping for? Well, I mean, look, you want a win to start off your campaign and to start off the club's history, don't you? I mean, we're actually the last team in the league to play. Every other team has played for some reason so far. Most teams have actually played twice. But we are going away from home, so it's hard to know. Would you take anything? Would you take any result? I think, given the expectation, you've got to be hoping for 3 points here. Difficult to say when you haven't seen the players, but yeah, we've got to hope for it. First game, under-21 side. Let's go and win it. Obviously, those local media predictions, I don't know how much they're worth, but they've tipped us at second. And the top two go up. So, to be fair, and I don't want to be dramatic, if you're even remotely serious about living up to that sort of hype, you've got to start getting points on the board early. You start falling behind. There's often a team at these lower levels, and according to their predictions, Earlham Steel reserves or whoever they are going to run away with the league. If you start dropping points early, you're going to get cut adrift. So I do think you've got to set a marker down. So prediction time. I mean, it's nonsense, really. It's complete guesswork. New team, never seen any of the players before. I've no idea at all. But we'll follow the heart. We'll go for a Bearford win. I'm going to say 3-1. I think there'll be some goals, and there's every chance that there's a bit of a slip up at the back. So I'll stick my neck out. I'll say 3-1 Bearford. So that's the scene set for Bearford Rangers' historic first ever league match. The anticipation around the town is building. The excitement's huge here. Behind the scenes at the channel, and hopefully it's the start of something really special. What are your predictions for the game, guys? It's our first ever game. Who do you think is going to be key for Bear? Would you agree with me? Is it Turley? Is it someone else? Get in those comments below and let us know, as always. Really want to hear from you. Don't forget as well, we'll be back with our live reactions to the match in our watch along video, which will be next up, and then we'll do a match review after and see how it went, see how close or probably far away we were in this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribed, and we'll see you next time. Up the Bears.